Swati Naidu. Swati is an empowerment coach. I'm sorry, Okay. Swati is an empowerment coach, life science trainer, and an author. She has 23 years experience in teaching and training students in public speaking, presentation skills, effective communication skills, and creative writing. A certified coach by International Coach Federation and by Arfin Khan Academy, she has undertaken extensive and intensive coaching assignments. Her coaching goal is to help people in the age group of 35 to 45 years, 55 years, sorry, who have somehow become stuck in their lives to get clarity and help achieve their highest potential and become successful. So, a trainer turned coach. Welcome, Swati Naidu, in this episode. I'm so thankful for you to see here.
Thank you so much, Dr. Vijay. Thank you so much for having me here. And I am quite excited today for the privilege and the honor you have given me to be on your show. I've watched a few of your shows and I've seen how people have attended and have, responded to your shows. So I was quite excited to be here today.
Thank you so much. So, to begin with, we would love to hear your journey.
My journey happened by chance. It was not a planned journey. I was working with an NGO long back. It seems like another age. I was working with an NGO, and where we were supporting, that NGO was supporting, below poverty line children and giving them education. They were in the hostels and they were being supported with the help of Germany. German people were the foster parents. Yes, it was a wonderful organization, Holistic Child Development India, and Kindernothilfe from Germany. They supported these kids, and I was working in that organization, taking care of all the documentation and all. So we were handling 18,000 children's data. So during this time, the children were, every 6 months they were called. About five students from different hostels, 10th standard, 11th, and 12th standard students. They were called and they were given leadership training program. Okay, so about 75 to 100 kids were attending this program. So in one of the programs, the personal development trainer, he did not turn up. It used to be a 15-day, 20-day program, and they were housed there. And this trainer did not turn up. And I, being the youngest, all of them bullied me to take their classes, the personal training classes. And I could not say no. And I didn't know anything about personal development, nothing about psychology. And I was very scared. But then I couldn't say anything because all of them were seniors, but they pushed me and I started the classes. The first day I gave them one verse from the Bible, and I asked all of them to read with me. Do not be scared, do not be afraid, because no matter where you go, I will be with you. Like, तू डर मत, हियाव भर, क्योंकि जहां जहां तू जाएगा मैं तेरे साथ रहूंगा. It was like that in Hindi. So I made the kids, speak it, read it, and I asked them to read it louder and louder. By the 15th and the 20th time, we were screaming the roof off, we were screaming, and everybody came to see what happened, and that broke the ice. And after that, it was smooth sailing. And after that, they never called anybody else to take the personal development classes. They always asked me to take. It was a hit, and we saw great transformations amongst the kids, and that hooked me actually in training. After that, when I came back, when I stayed in Pune for a while, and when I came back to Nagpur, one of my friends, he was training in an institute and he had to leave. His family was going to shift, and he was training in English. And he said, Swati, I've got this batch. I've only finished half the course. Please finish it for me. So I joined it only to finish that batch, and then I got stuck. I It was so addictive and it was so fulfilling. I started my own institute called Wings in 2008, and from there on, there's been no looking back. I train students in spoken English, effective communication skills, business communication skills, formal communication skills, and then, of course, in soft skills, all the topics in soft skills and behavioral skills. And then it's been a very great journey. I used to do a lot of counseling, and we saw. I just now spoke with you about how my students have grow. They have gone to high places. So, and I was so much into counseling that I thought that I should also take up coaching. Have a proper process-driven coaching program, and that's how I also started coaching now. So that's how it is. I take training programs and I would say faculty development programs, train the trainer programs, so corporate programs. So I've been doing that now for quite some time.
So it is not you exactly, it was the God who has made the decision for you.
Yes, it was providence, definitely. Definitely. I didn't choose the job chose me, I
Yes,
would say.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Because in both the instances you mentioned that you just
Yes.
got there. So
Yes.
coming to that, nowadays maybe for around 2 to 3 years, actually I'm a avid book reader. I
Yeah.
must have read thousands of books, but for
Yeah.
last 2 3 years, I'm not choosing the books. The books are choosing me, to be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe my inner calling or the God, I don't know
Yeah.
what, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
happening to me, and I am realizing that even people, I'm meeting people that I wanted to meet, but somehow I just and come across them. So maybe the God want me to move in this direction or meet certain people. That's good
Yes.
to know,
Yes.
Swati. So you mentioned the coaching. So was there any trigger or just that you moved from training to coaching?
There were triggers in the sense that, see, during my training programs, I have one special program wherein I do SWOT analysis and goal setting for students.
Yes.
And at that time, I do one-on-ones with the students. So during the one-on-ones, I found that that is the time where is that that I would say that tipping point for the students where they change. There's a paradigm shift that happens, and I saw the students transforming every time. I mean, later on, it became such that for that one-on-one, people joined my program.
Oh,
You know, yeah. So, and I found that it was really helpful, and I think it is just God who leads us.
yes.
Because being able to guide and channelize the students in a proper manner and a lot of transformation. So I thought, why not do something even for people like me? Now, that was an interesting question you said. What was the trigger point? Now, today in today's age and generation, we have a lot of help coming to the children, to the students.
Yes.
Guidance centers, and you are also doing career counseling and all that stuff. So we have a lot of these things now. But during my time, I didn't have any counseling centers, or I didn't even know where to go. You know, and I opted whatever I felt I could do, and I opted for that. And in spite of being very talented, I mean, people used to call me talented at that time, so I thought maybe I'm going to make it very big. But I found that for a pretty long time I struggled trying to be what others thought that I would be, or I thought I could be. And I did not do what I felt was the right thing for me to do, and I could not achieve that pinnacle of success that time. So now I feel that there are many people like me who are talented, who have the skills, but somehow are not able to reach their highest potential, or somehow not able to succeed in whatever fields they are in, whether it is marriage, whether it is their careers, professions, whatever. they are stuck in some way. They are not fulfilled or satisfied. And I felt this is where I can come and help them through a process which is proven and which gives definite results. And that's why I thought that, coaching would really help. So the counseling thing that I had earlier and the coaching that I do now, that really breaks, the barriers or the hesitation, and somehow it gives a clear direction, clarity, to the people to walk in a certain manner, and they are able to achieve that now. So I'm very happy that I chose coaching, um, after this training. I'm very happy, and I feel very fulfilled when I do that.
Wow. So almost
Yeah.
the same experience with me. When I joined engineering college, when I reached there, so when they discuss how much marks you have got, things like that. So when I told them, so they said, ये तू यहाँ क्या कर रहा है? तेरे को तो आईटी में होना चाहिए. मैं पूछा ये क्या होता
Uh,
है? क्योंकि I never know. I knew about one entrance exam, PET, pre-engineering test. But
yes.
I haven't listened about all these things. So on that day, I made the decision that yes, I'm going to do something like that. So after completing my engineering degree, I started Bundelkhand Institute of Engineering and Technology for the people
Wow.
who are not able to qualify that engineering entrance exam. Nowadays, situation is entirely different because there are so
Correct.
many number of seats. At that
Correct.
time, there used to be very little less number of seats.
Yes.
So even, but the God has something else for me. I got selected in MPPSC. So, but even then, after completing 20 years, I left my job just for that thing because I wanted to help as many students as possible to help
Yes.
in their career and life. So
Yes. Yes.
that's really, as you mentioned, that's really fulfilling. That's really fulfilling when we help someone, because I believe that if one student succeed, not only that student succeed, he directly or indirectly helps at least hundreds, sometimes millions of people to succeed, to motivate, inspire, to succeed.
Yes. Yes. So, what do you do actually? I mean, how is your work, doctor?
When I was in college, actually, now I left college also a few months back. When I was in college, so I used to coach my students. Of course, it was the role of my principal duties. That was one thing. But I used to devote my most of my time in coaching students how they can deliver their best in their career, how they should choose their job, how they should position themselves to get their dream job or the right job, and how to get that and how to even succeed. So even the old students used to come to me, sir, we got stuck here, how to move ahead and things like that. So this is what I mean. But few years
Good.
back, I realized that career coaching itself is not enough. Something is missing. So for that,
Yes. Yes.
I took that life coaching course and took coaching from some coaches around the world. So now I blended life coaching with career coaching, you can say.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I can understand how fulfilling it must be for you too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so moving ahead, you are empowerment coach. So what
Yes.
exactly does that mean?
Okay. Uh, Now we all understand ourselves. I think in today's world where information is so much at our fingertips, we
Yes.
all know things and we are like bombarded with knowledge. Okay. And I find a lot of people with knowledge. I find people who have potential within them. But for various reasons, it could be emotional, it could be a practical reason that they are not able to step forward. Something holds them back. For example, I have one coachee. Now she's a homemaker, but then she's quite educated. She's a management student, and she has worked earlier. But then when she got married with kids and all, she is now a homemaker, and everybody treats her like that. I mean, they don't treat her with the respect that is due, or giving her that power or the authority or even the recognition. And a brilliant woman, a beautiful soul, but now very depressed, dejected, frustrated, because she feels that there's nothing in life for me. My life is all gone. It's only husband and children and my in-laws. So when she came to me, what I would do is help her to understand what is her true potential, what is in, even with being with her family. I have my own family, I've got kids. So, in spite of having our families to take care of, in spite of having the children to take care of, you can still take care of yourself and become empowered to contribute to society, to do something for society which will make you feel good about yourself, which will feel worthy of yourself, and useful in society. Many times when we are just doing the same thing, the housework every day, people don't really value that. People don't recognize that. And when we go outside and work, there's a recognition that happens, or people
Yes.
understand. And more than anybody else, you understand what you are doing.
Yes. Yes.
You understand how much you're contributing and your position there. That helps a lot in building the confidence of people. And once you are empowered, you flourish in your professional setup and even at home. There was a phase where women used to feel very guilty going to work and neglecting their families. But now I find that women are able to balance it properly. They understand that it's important for me to work, could be financial reasons, could be their own personal reasons. But I think more and more women are able to now understand the idea of quality time with their children and their families.
Yes.
So even though we are not able to give that much time earlier, whatever time that we are giving to the kids and the family, I think is good quality time. So that guilt factor, I think, is reducing now, and the practicality of things is coming to the fore. And that's how I help people become empowered. I have another coachee who's brilliant. He's high, professional and highly educated, somehow not able to rise up in his professional position. I mean, he has got a good position, but somehow he feels he lacks something. He's not very happy in his place. Finances are good, position is very good, but then his own self worth is lacking somewhere. So, when we go through this coaching program, you begin to understand yourself in such a way, and that's when you begin to see those corners which are cracked. You see those places which affect your thought process, and when we explore that, we bring it to the fore, and then we address it, and then we overcome it. So here is a person who was faking it earlier, but now is a person who's empowered and believes, and rising up and being happy about it. So those are the kind of people that I help. Somebody who wants to rise up above their own situation in whichever faculty that they are.
Yes. Yes.
That's
Yes.
what I do.
That's wonderful. You mentioned that about that homemakers or like that. So there any pattern in this thing? Actually, there are so many that homemakers or the like, they are well educated, maybe they're working earlier or not working but has potential, but they don't have the courage, you can say, maybe the courage or whatever, to step out and start their journey. So do you find any pattern or something that hold them back? Yes, no, I'm not good enough, or I'm not capable, like that.
I don't know whether I can be really bold to speak about it here, but yes, there's a pattern. Being a woman myself, it's important to understand that we live in a patriarchal society, no matter how modern your thoughts and views are. We live in a patriarchal society where the man is given a lot of importance. He's the head of the family, his decision is final, and women are trying to come out of that thing. But it's not easy because it's been driven into us, drilled into us since our birth. You can't sit in a certain manner, you cannot talk in a certain manner, you cannot go in a certain place, you cannot do certain things. Even our games are different than the boys, so it is drilled into us. So when a woman gets married, whether she is educated, uneducated, whether she is working, not working, when she gets into a family, she is a bahu. She's a daughter-in-law, and that is a big heavy title. It's a big title. and everybody expects of you to behave in a certain manner. And somehow, unless she has got that good support system, either from her own family, her parents, or from her husband, see, if she tries to be herself in a new place, it becomes difficult for her. Life becomes different and very difficult for her. So that's why you see, even if girls are educated and working, she's expected. I mean, the husband will also work, and the woman will also work, but it's expected that the woman will come back home, make chai, make dinner. The husband will sit, relax in front of the TV. You won't see both of them working together. Very few of them do. There are people who do, but not everybody does that. So the woman is suppressed. And if an educated woman comes and chooses either not to work or doesn't work after getting married, so she gets all lost in this whole chaos of things. And then she totally loses herself because she's just caught up with what to cook today, what to give to the kids, what to do for this, what to do for the house. And there's no time to think for herself. When the children arrive, nothing. And naturally, for a woman who has seen the outer world, who's been in college, who's enjoyed that freedom, for her it becomes much more difficult, where she is nothing. And I have a lot of homemakers who come from that space, where she is not recognized, or she doesn't feel that she's valued. She doesn't feel that she's worth it. Her self value is very down. So all that affects them, and they keep on losing a bit of themselves every time as time goes by. So after a certain, in my training program, there was one lady. She was 50 plus, and she had joined one beauty parlor course, and she came for English training. And I asked her, "Why are you doing it now? Why now? I mean, why at 55, 54, 55?" So she said, "Both my kids are now, um, they have completed their education, and they are working, and they are out of the house. They have flown the nest, and I'm alone, and I'm pretty lost. I don't know. I feel so useless. I feel that there's nothing left for me to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what to think, and I am depressed, and I cry the whole day." And she said, "That's what." Then my friends told me, "Why don't you join this?" So that's how I joined the beauty culture training. And now somebody told me, "Why don't you join English also, because you get a lot of clients who speak English?" And that's why. And then I saw her blossom, and it took quite some time for her to come out of that depression and that frustration. So that's what happens to women. They get all caught up. Very difficult to manage that balance between, the home and the work and self. But once you understand and you're able to analyze it and plan it, it can be done. You can be everything.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
I observed that so many. Actually earlier I have done that, but now for quite few years I'm observing that if a
Yes.
woman has done higher education, maybe masters or MBA or things like that, so they had aspirations for to become career conscious, things like that. Their parents used to tell them, but now become a bahu or wife, you can say. So they are not happy. Actually, the
Yeah.
internal struggle going on. They keep on thinking that. I'm capable to do, but I'm not doing. So maybe that internal struggle making them maybe of course they're
Absolutely.
not happy, and they keep on struggling. Of course, they're not able to give their best to their family, even to kids
Yes.
or husband. So that's
Yes.
the
Yes.
sad part of that.
Yes. Yes. And see, there's this girl. She was a high performer in college, in the management college. She was up there in allocations, in competitions, in performances. She was up there on the stage. She was a great performer in even in academics. She was high grades and everything. Then she got married, and she said, "Okay, नया नया शादी हो गया, घर पे रहो, घूमो फिरो, you know." Then she got pregnant. After she got pregnant, तो कोई काम नहीं कर सकते अभी. In her previous job before her marriage, She was a high performer even at her workplace. अब बच्चा आ गया तो 2-3 साल तो ऐसे ही चले गया. 2-3 years went by. Now the scene is where the husband, you know, goes out for work. She has to make all the lunch and everything ready for him and ready for the child before the child goes to school and the husband goes to work. And then after that, she has to clean all the house, take care of the in-laws. And then when he comes back, she has to be ready and everything. So she says, "Ma'am, I don't know where am I in all this." And then she remembers, she reminisces कि कॉलेज में तो मैं इतना सारा करती थी. I was a performer. I was shoulder to shoulder with the boys and everybody, and I was a leader. I was a decision maker. वो कहाँ गई मैं? You know, she said, "Ma'am, I don't know where I am." All lost, and she was like so depressed. उसका countenance ही depressed था. And the husband is not happy because she's sad.
Yes.
तो ये क्यों ऐसा दुखी रहती है? आई डोंट नो व्हाई शी इज लाइक दिस, व्हाई कांट शी बी हैप्पी, आई एम गिविंग हर एवरीथिंग. But then she doesn't feel free, she doesn't feel, she's in that golden cage. Staying at home should be a choice for women, or working should be a choice.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So see, the bread and butter the man can bring, but the dessert she can bring sometimes too. So it should be a choice. That's what I feel. So
It's,
value the woman's choice. It makes a big
yes.
difference.
Yes. So it's not
Yeah.
about money or something. It's about
Yeah.
empowerment. You can say.
Yes. 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 And it's not only women, even men
Yes. Yeah.
are like that. I mean, both of them. Uh, so even men come to me where they say, "Ma'am, itna main karta tha. I don't know why I'm not able to please my boss, or my boss is not happy, or my colleagues are not happy, or the boss will say, I don't know why my subordinates or my team is not happy." They'll come to me. So we need to find that reason why. What is stopping them from being, there at that place where they can really perform?
And in other words, we can say this is victim mentality.
Yes, victim mentality.
And I
मेरे
have
साथ ही क्यों होता है?
yes.
लोग मेरे
Yes.
साथ ऐसे क्यों करते हैं?
And that
तो
that becomes a pattern and a negative spiral. You can say
yeah, yeah.
people keep on going in
It's a
that.
cycle. It's a
Yes.
cycle.
Yes.
They go on going down.
And this is the reason I started this because I observed this that thing in non students, faculty member, even parents, or so many people. I for quite last few years I've been observing that and keep I think it's through this I used to invite to life coaches. They tell their experiences, their wisdom. So I think because of this conversation, maybe so many people can hear that and make a change, bold move, a courage that yes, it is possible. If it is happened for so many people, it can happen for me as well.
Yes. For there is another thing that stops you from being a performer or stops you from being empowered, and the most important thing is wrong decisions.
Yes,
For men also, they choose their careers, they choose their vocation, and we know that most of the people, most of the students, when they choose what faculty to take after their 10th or their 12th, it is mostly because their friends are doing it,
yes,
or somebody from the family, they say, okay, तुम ये कर लो तो आप medicine कर लो या science ले लो, arts ले लो, and that's how they choose. And then they go through that whole grueling graduation program because it's fun having students, friends, and all that. But when they start working and performing, then they begin to realize that I think I'm in the wrong place. Maybe I'm not cut out for it. And then they're scared to shift. अब कुछ नहीं हो सकता. I'm stuck now. And they are in that job, the same line of work, very unhappy with their streams that they've chosen, but they continue to work in that area, in that same faculty, and very unhappy. What I've realized is it's a see, unless something happens, tragic happens, it's a long life
yes,
and it's never too late.
agreed.
It's never too late to learn something new. It's never too late to change. Now, of course, I cannot say, okay, I wanted to be a doctor, so let me go and study medicine right now. I can't say that. But is there something that will give me the same satisfaction as being a doctor would have given? Is there something else for me that I can do? So you choose, you can still choose if you have come some way. If you feel that you are really unhappy in this area and you will not be happy further, it is good to stop for a while, think, reassess, and change your line of work. And then I have seen people flourish. Within 2 years, within 3 years,
Yes.
they accomplish that they have not done for the last 7, 8 years. Because now here is a fresh perspective, something that they're excited about, passionate about, and they change.
You
So it's
mentioned
never
the
too.
you mentioned the example of doctor. I met a doctor and who have after completing his BSc, he was doing a job in some company like that. But he always wanted to be a doctor, but because of family pressure, he has done something else and then job and local family condition. Because I think maybe he when he was 25 or 26, he realized that yeah, we get life once, so I'm going to appear for the entrance exam. So he started his MBBS in late 20s, almost
Wow.
10 years older than other students in the class.
Wow. Kudos
But
to them.
but he completed and he became a successful doctor. So yes, it is possible.
Yes, it is possible. I'm saying it for this where, there is an age limit. You can't become a doctor now
Yes,
because there's
yes,
an
yes,
age limit.
yes.
So there are still a lot of things that you can do. There are still a lot of things that, will give you the same kind of satisfaction in doing that particular job and becoming successful at it. Some people do business, family business, and they feel, oh, I can't do this. Some people need are very good workers. They are very good workers and they need proper leaders to guide them, and they
Yes.
will be either in a business or in leadership position and miserable because they're not meant to be like that. They are the followers. They are the ones who work in the team, or who are there at the back, but they do very good job. So we need to understand what are we made of and what are the things that we are good at, capable of, and then choose that particular stream. So that will help them to be successful. So a leader cannot be a follower cannot be a leader. So we need to understand, where can I perform my best, in which position, and be in that position and give 100% there, instead of just being sad about it and sorry about it and being feeling victimized about it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
I just I mean, recall that thing. Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google, he
Yeah.
was in a college. So when one of the students asked him, "Sir, you are a metallurgic engineer.
Yeah.
What are you doing in the software?" So
Yes.
he
Yes.
replied that I loved Fortran programming. है ना?
Yeah.
So because after completing the job, my degree, I got job in the materials. So I joined my job, but that love continued. So I realized that I need to do MBA. People told me that if you are going to do MBA, you will be a big one. So I have done my MBA from the Wharton. But still, that programming love I could not forget. So even I
Yes.
joined a consultant, I think McKinsey or something consultancy he joined. He
Yes.
was not
Yes.
satisfied there. So after that, he joined Google because he loved because of his love in Google, and we know where he is now. So in last few years, he made a tremendous change, and now the changing the world.
Dr. Vijay, why are we so unhappy? Do you know the biggest reason why we are unhappy?
We are not doing what we are meant to do.
Yes, we do not follow our heart.
Yes,
And everybody knows it.
yes, still,
Everybody knows it. Only thing is that they don't take that step to work towards it.
yes, yes, yes,
There's this fear. There's this fear. They need that support and validation from others, you know. But I feel that when you love yourself, you are truthful to yourself, and you work for yourself, I think nothing can stop you from achieving what you want to achieve.
agree,
So,
we agree.
yeah.
And we have so many examples of that.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
because people doing wonderfully in the passion, in the thing that they are passionate about.
I had one student. He was doing his MBA. Two students from the same class, from the same college, and I won't name the company. Both of them were placed in a particular company.
Okay.
Now, one boy was quite, street smart. The other guy was very simple, very, very simple. And this company was a cutthroat competition wala company, and ruthless. So I told this simple guy, I said, see, don't take this job. You won't survive it. So he said, ma'am, itna bada opportunity hai, itna bada company hai, itna bada naam hai, it will make my career. I said, see, you need to understand, you're going to get married to this company. Your character, that company's character, or your personality, or that company's personality should match. Otherwise, it's going to be a divorce, it's going to be very difficult for you. He was young, and he felt, that he will lose out. So he started working. Both of them were selected, both of them were placed, and they went to different places. 7 months down the line, the guy who was street mart, he got promoted and placed in a different place. The one who was a simpleton came back totally broken, resigned. Ma'am, I cannot survive here. I just cannot survive. They are like this, they are like that. I said, I told you, you're too simple. And then he was into yoga, he was into different things. And today, I won't say what he is, he's in a very big position where he's teaching people to be like him.
Yeah.
And he's been selected, he's been sent by the government outside by the embassy, and he goes out and he trains people, and he's doing wonderful because he's in a place where
Yes.
his heart is, where his soul is, not in a different place. But because he was mismatched, he went through a lot of pain. So all of us have that. We all thrive in places which is meant for us, and we crumble in places which are not meant for us. And that is what we need to understand. And that is what coaching helps you to figure out: where will I thrive? Where will I blossom? How can I blossom where I am? What can I do to bloom where I'm planted? So I strongly believe in the coaching program, and I've seen people change, transform, become better, and become empowered.
With your experiences, what do you think? Is it easy to transition from that position to this position?
Uh, See, when the shift happens, it happens like this. You may tell somebody to do a particular thing day in and day out, and that person will not understand. That person will think, oh, I'm being forced to do this. I should not be doing this. Why can't they get off my back? Kyun itna piche pad rahe hai mere? Like that. They'll keep on thinking like that. But if they have that enlightenment, that bulb on moment where their wires get connected, that and it
Yeah.
changes, and they're never the same again. Their continence changes, their thought process changes, their life changes. So I believe that as coaches, it is our through our probing and through our techniques and the process that we take them, we bring that them to the point where they are able to get that understanding, that bulb on moment. The minute that spark is ignited, they reach that tipping point, it tips the scale completely. They're never the same again. So yes,
Yeah.
it's very difficult. Transformation is very difficult. But if you know with experience, you learn how to say the right thing at the right time, give the right examples, and bring the coachee through to the right understanding at the right moment. It happens. You don't even have to tell them कि आप ऐसे करो. And as coaches, you can't tell them that you do
Yes.
this, you do that, But you can initiate that, and you can do that with the right questioning skills, and it happens.
In our country, I mean India, most of the people keep on thinking that maybe that thing happened with that person, but it cannot happen with me. Maybe that person has got lucky or things like that. So maybe you can say victim mentality or not trusting themselves or not believing in themselves. So do you think is it possible for everyone?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely possible if you want it. If you don't want it, then nothing is possible. It's, I keep asking people, how badly do you want it? What are you willing to do to get what you want? I had one student who used to, sell, put newspapers on every door and even put the milk packets. Now he came when he came, and this was when I was a trainer, when I was training for English, and he said, "Ma'am, I just want to change my life. I don't want this life anymore." Now he had other students. There were 14 other students with him in that batch, but this guy wanted it very badly, and within 3 years, he was a different person. Today, he's a manager in a very big company. His wife is an HR manager. We can't imagine. He built his house, got a car, and he lifted his brothers up. And he's such a big blessing to other people as well. He helps other people. He understands where he came from. So, how badly do you want it? Some people have it all, still, they can't do anything because they don't understand that they need it, want it badly. So, yes, the transformation is possible for everyone depending on how badly you want that transformation. You and I, we cannot keep on changing people. The person want to change. You
Yes.
understand? He should want to change. Um, I remember one faculty development program which I took, and I said, "See, when the student is ready, the guru appears.
Yes, yes, yes.
So if I'm not ready for the change, no guru will come to me. Now, your guru can be a colleague, can be a friend, can be you,
Yes,
can be a student, can be a book, can be anything. Can be a fleeting program. A
yes.
program going on, and I'm just watching for 2 minutes maybe, and there will be that bulb on moment. But if I'm not ready, I cannot change. Nobody can change. So that seed, it is. See, you asked me a very deep question. Can everybody transform? So I want to give you an analogy of the seed. So when the farmer sows the seed, he tills the land, he prepares the land, the soil.
Yes.
If the farmer does not prepare the land, the seed falls in three places. First will be the seed will fall on rocks, stones, and anybody who sees that seed, the birds or animals, whoever, they will eat it up, finish it off. It's gone. Some seeds will fall in place which is very dry in cracks of the soil, where only when the right season comes, there's water, and when the right season comes, it'll grow, it'll sprout leaves. And there are seeds who fall on the right ground, and then you have the harvest. So we need to understand, what seed am I? Am I the one that falls on hard ground, on dry ground, or in the right soil? So everyone, for can anybody change? Can people change? So there's your seed. So
How you find? Yes, please continue.
I would prefer to fall on prepared soil. Be ready.
Agreed, completely agreed with you. How you find out the person in front of you is coachable or not?
I'm coachable, and if I can be coachable, everybody can be coachable. Everybody needs a coach because, see, I want to ask you one question, Dr. Vijay.
Yes.
Are you 100% of the person that you can be? Are you 100% of the person that you can be?
No, it's a, I'm in the, maybe you can say in the process.
It's a
I'm not.
process.
Yes.
Yeah, we're never 100%. There is always scope for improvement, right?
Yes.
Now, now, your perspective is different, my perspective is different.
Definitely.
So, when you think that, okay, I need to improve in this area and I need to grow, so you begin to work in that particular area, say, area A, and you're growing in that particular area A. But I'm watching you from a distance. And after watching you, I begin to think, oh, this guy is going in area A, but I think that his B also needs to be worked on. But
Okay.
Dr. Vijay is more focused on area A. So he doesn't see that area
Big.
B. So that needs a coach to tell you, okay, turn around a bit, see there is another area B that also needs improvement. So the coach gives you a holistic approach to different areas of your life and unfolds to you, helps you see the different areas of your life that we need to work on. Because we always get stuck or focused on one thing. It needs a person to be truly evolved to see all the areas of his life. Very few people can do that. And those who do that also have a lot of help from people around themselves. And they're all coaches. I mean, your mother can be your coach, your teacher can be your coach, your best friend can be your coach, your the friend that with whom you don't get along with you,
Yes.
that person also can be. They all teach us something. They make us think. So coaches are people who make you think and analyze and work towards something that needs to be improved. So
Yes.
yes, we all need coaches.
In one of the TED speeches that Bill Gates has told that everyone needs a coach.
Yes.
And when I took coaching from the coaches around the world, I found that even the best coaches in the world, they also have sub coaches. Maybe
Yes.
that coaches are not that famous, but they have every coach. Even the coach, they coach thousands of people and charging thousands of dollars for an hour. They
Yes.
also have coach.
Absolutely. We all need coaches. When I went through, see, when I did the ICF coaching program many years ago, that time, like, it was to study, it was to learn the process and everything. And when I felt, okay, now I need to just, refresh myself, I joined this program again. And then I asked somebody to coach me. I said, I want to go through this, though I'm learning it, but I want to go through this process myself. And I unfolded. I realized so many things, and it was brilliant. And that's when I realized that every single one of us needs a coach. And then I also realized that many people, though they don't have the caption of a coach, they have been my coach. My mother's been my coach. My younger
Yes.
sister's been my coach. My friends have been my coaches. And as I said, when the student is ready, the guru appears, and the guru can come in any form.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's so true.
yeah.
And as I mentioned in the beginning, books are coming to me.
Yeah. So I just would say that we need to be willing.
Yes, we
If we
need
are
to.
yielding, willing, definite changes will happen.
So, as you mentioned that you are also the providing coaching the corporate people, housewives. So, is there any certain client pattern, or it doesn't matter? Whoever coming to you for empowerment, you are providing your services.
For the coaching program, I have my client, avatar, or like I can say the profile
Yes.
is basically 35 plus, 35 to 55 years old, because they are all people who are, see, trainings I'm doing with the kids and the freshers, and even with corporates, I'm doing training programs. I do that. But for especially for coaching, they are people who are 35, between 35 to 55 years of age. Now, these are the people who have an experience of their academics, their jobs or marriages or businesses, and they have come to a place where they finally arrive and feel, oh, I think I'm in the wrong place, or I'm not there where I should be. Why is life treating me this way? Why am I not able to be a great performer when I have got such talent and skills and qualification? Why am I so stuck? Why am I not able to reach out, reach up? These are my clients. The confused lot, the frustrated ones, the unhappy ones, unhappy with their own self. If you look at them from the outside, you will find them successful.
Yes.
They are the ones, they could be in leadership positions. They could be living a good, comfortable financial life. They have everything going for them. They may have their own houses or even rented houses, but they may have their vehicles, their kids going to good schools, everything. But then they are frustrated. They are not living an empowered life. They are not very happy people to be around. They are frustrated and irritated people. So you will find that one major thing is that their relationships suffer, not necessarily with their spouses, but somewhere it could be with their colleagues, with their employees, or maybe with spouses or with children. The relationship gets hindered because they're not happy within their own self. So their interpersonal relationships are not very good, but they look successful,
On the outside.
yeah, from the outside. So those are my clients. Very difficult to find, but believe me, there are so many.
Yes, yes.
There are so many who are not very happy. They don't know what to do. They don't know where they went wrong. Where did I go wrong? Why did this happen to me? Why can't I get out of this? You know? So I help them with taking the right decisions.
Any specific reason for choosing those people?
I was there for some time. I was there for some time, and I felt that I'm not getting what I should get, or I'm not there where I should be. And I didn't know how to do that. My students showed me that I should become a coach. When the one-on-ones happened, and when I saw the transformations happening, then I felt, that I should be qualified, or I should learn how to be a proper coach. Doing it instinctively, yes, that's a big gift, that's a blessing. But I wanted it to be process driven, because when
Yes.
it's process driven, you know that the results are certain. So I didn't want to second guess me or doubt myself anytime. I wanted to be absolutely sure. So even if Swati is not right or going wrong somewhere, I trust the process. The process definitely leads. And of course, with such a long, time of experience, many years of experience, that my experience adds that seasoning to that coaching, and it's great. It's a great, I mean, every journey with every single coachee is so enlightening. There's such a learning process even for me. I enjoy that. And when you see them become whole, become empowered, that's truly satisfying. That's the greatest reward, I
Yes,
would
yes,
say.
yes. Yes,
Yeah.
that's it. No doubt about that. And I think as a teacher, as a trainer, as a coach, I think this is the best thing that we get. And
Yes,
this is
yes,
this is the reason that these people are more satisfied people. What is
yes.
the difference between the training and coaching?
Wow, big difference. And being a trainer for so many years and then becoming a coach was difficult for me at that time.
Yes,
In training, you train people. Okay, this is what you got to do. This is how you need to do. You're giving instructions. You show them the way. and you give an example and you train them. Like, for example, okay, I take my students out for outbound activities. So we do this slackline activity. So how do I do that? Ma'am, kaise karenge hum? Okay, let me show you how to do it. So I'll do it, and then they follow me. That's how, training. And somebody who's scared, okay, come on, you can do it, you can do it. You're motivating them. But in coaching, we cannot tell them what to do or show them what to do. The onus of the success of the coaching program, the onus of it lies on the coachee. And what we as coaches we need to do is, ensure that you ask the right questions to make them think, and they think the answers themselves. So the solution for whatever that they are going through doesn't come from me, it comes from them. See, if I have a problem, yes, you'll give me a solution, but you're not in my shoes. You don't know exactly what I'm going through. But I'm stuck and I'm not able to think. So, as a coach, the coach will ask me such probing questions that I feel that I'm compelled to think in a certain manner, which will give me a solution. So that's a major difference between training and coaching. In training, you train, aise karo, ye karo, wo karo, you train them and you see them through. You watch them do it again and you ensure that they do it right. That's training. But in coaching, you have to hold back. You have to hold back and you have to ask the right questions. You have to probe, and the coachee is compelled to think in that line, and the answers come, the solutions come to the coachee, on its own, and the coachee feels, and it is more rewarding because the solution came from the coachee himself or herself. So, and at that confidence, oh, I found the solution, it
That's
came from
empower.
me.
That's
That's
empowerment.
empowerment.
Yes,
Yes.
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 You have been a trainer for so long. Now you have changed your hat. So don't you find it difficult?
No, I enjoy it. I still have both the hats, and I keep on and I keep on changing it. I still do trainings and seminars and workshops. Of course, with the pandemic, everything has turned into a webinar now. So I still do that for the corporate trainings and everything I do still, because I people already know me in Nagpur about it. And coaching, yes, I do group coaching also, and I do individual coaching also. So when I do coaching, I put on the coaching hat, and when I do training, I do the training hat. Before I do that, I put myself in that space. I sit quiet, I put myself in that space and speak to myself, okay, now I'm going into coaching. Swati, trainer, go out, please, take a rest. So that's what I do.
Very good. Yes, I will, because I found that problematic actually. When I started that coaching, I approached maybe one of the senior coaches from outside India. When I was taking coaching, I told him that I'm not getting good results, because I was expecting that I'm going to get good results. Now I've started coaching. So asked me who you are coaching. So I told faculty members. Yes, Peter, this is the problem, because you are coaching faculty members and you have been there. Now you are a principal, so you are not actually coaching them, you are mentoring them and
Yes, yes.
expecting results of a coach while doing the work of a mentor.
That is, we call it sectioning, compartmentalization. When I thankfully, I had somebody to guide me there, that I never would join these two lines, you know, because when we do one thing, for example, we are so infused that being a trainer is so much a part of us that happens even when you're talking normally to people. You're even when you're talking normally to people, you're training. So when I started with coaching, that was in 2013. They told me compartmentalize. So I would always sit for 2 minutes very quietly, and then become very aware that I'm going to do coaching now. So training should not happen. Of course, I tell a lot of stories and anecdotes and analogies. I do that a lot, but yes. you know, no more training, don't get into that counseling mode, don't get into that. So I think that awareness,
Yes.
you know, that helps a lot. So being constantly aware. So I'm on high alert and high aware mode when I'm coaching. Yeah.
Okay, so we are towards the end. Would you like to share any one of experiences that you think one of the best experience of your coaching?
Yes. It is about this girl who came to me, and she was at a very high profile position when, earlier, and she was working, but she left the job so that she can contribute at her husband's work, and she started working. And but then she got caught up in the whole household scenario, and she began to feel lost. She came to me again in one of my English programs again. And I was like, what are you doing joining English training program? So she said, I just want to be your student again, ma'am. I want to feel good about myself. I said, you're already good. Why do you have to feel good about yourself? So she said, I've been, she left Nagpur and she said, I'm just caught up in this house thing and I don't know who I am. And she started crying. And then I said, okay, why don't you take up coaching? I suggested coaching for her and she took up coaching. And today, um, she has a plan, a business plan. Her husband is very happy about it. And she is a totally transformed person and very strong, equipped, empowered. And she started this new venture. And she's gained the respect of her family members as well. Her mother-in-law respects her, her husband respects her and loves her and supports her, and she's doing very good. But when she came to me, she was all broken. She felt that she could not do anything in life. And I see this transformation happening, and I see the way she's growing now. Her products are becoming famous, and she's becoming famous. So I think that was a very, very good example. And there are so many. I can go on telling you stories about people who have transformed, and I see that happening. And I'm like one proud mother hen, watching my chicks go out and doing well. So I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud of every single student and every single coachee who's come my way, and I'm grateful because I learn from every single one of them. There's so
Wow,
much to learn from them. Yeah.
very good. Because now, thanks to the pandemic, you can say we are now have reached to the global market. We
Yes.
all of people all over the world can reach out to you.
Look,
So
I'm talking to you.
how? Yes, yes, that's all.
Yeah.
So people in Nagpur know you very well. You are doing very
Yes.
well. So if people from, if course, from Nagpur and other places want to reach out to you, so what are the ways to reach out to you?
They can reach out to me through my Instagram profile and through LinkedIn, through Facebook, or even on WhatsApp. I have groups on WhatsApp. They can reach out to me and they can get connected with me. Swati Naidu Wings and Swati S. Naidu on Facebook, and Swati Naidu Wings and Wings Nagpur. You know, anything Swati Naidu and Wings is me. So you can find me anywhere.
So you are facilitating means to others as well.
Yes,
Now that you have got.
there's a history of that Wings. If I may take a minute to tell you about it. When I was thinking about what to name my institute, there's a word from the Bible that says, those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength and mount up with wings as eagles. And I was like, why wings as eagles? Why wings as eagles? And if you know about the story of the eagle lives for 40 years. And at the age of 40, because it feeds on fresh fish and all
Yes.
that, it develops calcus formation on its beak and talons and
Mhm.
feathers, and they become heavy, and the talons become bent because all calcium deposits there.
Yes.
So this eagle has a choice: either it will become a prey to other animals, or it goes through a very painful process. So what the eagle does, it plucks out all the feathers, and it plucks out its talons and breaks the beak on a stone.
Yes.
And then, in a process of 150 days, it grows new feathers, new talons, and new beak, and again lives for the next 30 to 40 years. So when people come to me, they come, they are like young people. They have flown, they have explored, and then they come to a place where they feel, okay, I'm going to die now, nothing is going to, you know and then we take, because self discovery is a painful process,
Yes. Yes.
so
Yes.
you take them through this process of self discovery, and then they again fly, and then again have, the rest part of their lives, they're again successful. So that's the significance of wings.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why the name of the institute is Wings.
Yes. Perfect. Very good.
Yeah.
Transformation, empowerment.
Yes.
Definitely. Yeah. Very
Yes.
good. So much. Thank you so much, Swati, for being here and sharing your wisdom. Thank you so much for it.
Thank you, Dr. Vijay. Thank you for the honor that you gave me today, and I really value and appreciate that. Thank you for giving me the time to speak so much. And whoever is listening, I thank you all for listening to us as well. Thank you very much, Dr. Vijay.
Thank
Good
you.
evening to you.